Hey guys, so I have been playing with the Red Covenant helmet and I wanted to see how far can I take this build using this helmet. So this is kind of a meme build and it's not even a build guide video, this is just a video about the build that I did. And I don't really have a lot to show, just gonna show this Ash Domain run and another map run. As always, all the info will be in the description. So this Ash Domain run is perfect example where this build shines the most. You summon 5 SRS and then you just follow them, doing nothing. Your SRS will keep igniting enemies, will keep killing them, and will keep refreshing their duration and continue moving on. And this is exactly what I wanted to see from the build. A lazy summon Raging Spirits necromancer build. By the way, I am using Ghost Flame SRS MTX, which also changes the ignite color made by SRS. Now, I did reach only level 82 and I kind of got bored of this build. Something didn't feel right, it just, I don't know, my defensive mechanics was lacking. Because my helmet gives no life, I am using Tabula, I get no life. Then the shield, which goes to my minions, so no life. So it is a bit difficult to get enough life. And at level 88, with another jewel, I could reach 5.6k life. Also, I did overcomplicate this build, I think. I simply don't have enough sockets for everything that I need. And I am scaling mostly fire damage, so I am using Scorching Ray Totem. Then I also do trigger Elemental Equilibrium with my Charge Dash. Then against bosses that don't have adds, I need to use Desecrate, then Flash Offering. You would normally use Orb of Storms with Incursion hit to also trigger Elemental Equilibrium, but I simply don't have enough sockets. And I still need movement skill, like I could use shield charge, but then I wouldn't be able to go over the cliffs. And with charge dash I can also trigger elemental equilibrium from far away by simply not releasing the charge dash. But all that makes it pretty clunky to use. At least one good thing is that you only need to maintain 5 SRS instead of 20. By the way, if you swap the helmet with basically anything, you would literally triple the DPS. Instead of having only 5 SRS, you would be able to have 20. But that also means all kind of other problems like mana regen, not enough mana, then not enough cast speed, and then having to maintain those 20 SRS. Also, the build isn't that very cheap. I am using Lycosadai shield. I do have couple jewels with life, then minion attack speed, minion flat fire damage to minions attacks, and those can be expensive, about 10-25 KS per jewel. My weapon is just a minion damage weapon from the temple, which can be pretty cheap unless you want a very low item level. And then plus 2 duration tabula, and the rest is just life and resistances. Now, my defensive mechanics are almost non-existent. I do have cast when damage taken linked with Immortal Call, Enfeeble and Phase Run. So Enfeeble lowers enemies damage, while Phase Run resets enemies aggro. But it doesn't work very well because enemies cannot directly target SRS, and the only other thing that we can see is the Stone Golem. I did try using 2 Spectres without any links just for utility, well, you know, those protective bubbles, and just to give enemies more targets, but I didn't like it, and actually we died, and I hate using Spectres. So I later refunded from Spectres Ascendancy node into Skeletons. By the way, in this clip I did not have Skeletons Ascendancy node. I still had Spectres Ascendancy node. And my Val Skeletons are only pre-linked. Now, previously I also tried using Scorching Ray, cast while channeling, Ball Lighting to trigger EE, and also Curse. But on my cast when damage taken I had Frostwall instead of Enfeeble. And I feel like that was helping me a bit more to survive, but back then I couldn't add movement ability to get to Fortify, which I now do have, but it also puts me in danger because I basically have to hit enemies with my melee, which is charge dash in this case. The bad thing about Frostwall, which I usually like, is that Raging Spirits do not pass the wall, they just go around it. So if you build a massive big wall, then it kind of screws up your SRS. Now, talking about damage numbers, it's definitely enough for Shaper and Guardians. 100k DPS per Raging Spirits, I think that's pretty good. And you only need to worry about maintaining 5 of them. But like I said, if you swap the helmet, you would literally triple the DPS, which would be 1.5 million DPS against Shaper with 20 SRS. I may remake this SRS build in the near future and make like an actual SRS build without this helmet. Simply because I haven't really played with SRS in a long time and I haven't really tried in the endgame content. Or I may come back to this build and continue playing it. Oh, and if you are interested in the leveling process of this build, I have a video for that, which I will link it in the video description. But as it is right now, I am more interested in playing different build, which is life-based Whispering Ice Trapper, with the new helmet that allows you to get life from your intelligence. Oh, and last thing, if nothing suddenly changes, I should appear in the Baeclast podcast this Saturday. I will put the links in the description as well. And that's pretty much it for now. Thank you for watching and see you soon.